Let's talk about Crytek's Crysis 4 in development with potential multiplayer mode, and very early Crysis Next gameplay reveals unannounced Battle Royale project seemingly cancelled in favor of Crysis 4. Before officially announcing Crysis 4, Crytek had begun exploring a multiplayer game set in the Crysis universe, known as Crysis Next. A recently leaked 13-minute gameplay video gives a taste of what Crysis Next could have been, showing fans a multiplayer experience built on Crysis' iconic nanosuit abilities and science fiction environment. Many fans are now hoping Crytek integrates Crysis Next as a multiplayer mode within Crysis 4, a move reminiscent of when single-player and multiplayer modes were seamlessly combined in games. Here's what we know so far about Crysis 4 future. Earlier today, a leaked video revealed 13 minutes of Crysis Next gameplay footage featuring nanosuit abilities in a multiplayer arena setup. Fans saw potential in Crytek adding this as a mode within Crysis 4, blending single and multiplayer experiences. Crytek announced Crysis 4 in January 2022, but details since then have been sparse. Fans were thrilled about the confirmation, given how long it's been since Crysis 3 released in 2013, captivated by the FPS community. As of April 2023, Crytek was hiring for crucial positions like lead producer and lead AI programmer, suggesting that Crysis 4 was still in the early stages of development. This indicated a long timeline before any release, with development typically taking 3 to 5 years. A 2026 launch window appears likely for Crysis 4. While fans remain eager, the expected timeline hints at a longer wait, with development still progressing. After its announcement, Crytek kept details under wraps, leading to fans' concerns that Crysis 4 might be facing delays. However, a recent confirmation from Crytek's general manager, David, assured fans that the project remains still active. In a recent interview with David, Crysis 4 is currently still in development and we have a great team working on it. Though he didn't offer specifics, the news was a relief for fans eager to see the franchise continue. The Crysis 4 teaser trailer included the tagline, "Time to join the journey," sparking fan theories that the game could introduce live or co-op elements, blending Crysis' intense single-player campaign with fresh collaborative gameplay. Many players speculated that Crysis 4 could be a soft reboot of the original trilogy, adding innovative gameplay twists while preserving core elements that make Crysis unique. The leaked Crysis Next footage, with its Battle Royale structure, hints at a potential multiplayer mode within Crysis 4. Integrating it could allow Crytek to tap into the generation's popularity, satisfying fans looking for both single-player and multiplayer action. In the leaked gameplay, nanosuit powers like stealth, armor, and speed were central to Crysis Next. If Crytek incorporates this in a multiplayer mode, Crysis 4 could offer an innovative and strategic experiences for Battle Royale enthusiasts. The Crysis series has long been known for its demanding visuals, famously sparking the meme, "Can it run Crysis?" Crysis 4 is expected to continue this tradition, likely becoming a new benchmark for high-fidelity graphics. Crysis remains a beloved FPS series and its return is highly anticipated by the community. If Crysis 4 introduces fresh mechanics while retaining the classic nanosuit abilities, it could reignite the fan base and attract new players. The possibility of a live service aligns with current trends in the FPS generation. Crytek may be aiming to give Crysis 4 a social dimension where players join forces or compete in dynamic scenarios. Based on typical development cycles, Crysis 4 could launch by 2025 or 2026. David's statement that a great team is working on it reassures fans that Crytek remains committed to bringing the project to function. David's confirmation has breathed new life into Crysis community excitement. Fans remain hopeful for more frequent updates on Crysis 4, eagerly anticipating its potential to deliver both solo and multiplayer thrills within a cutting-edge FPS experience. And Crytek's attempt to join the Battle Royale craze with a Crysis-inspired game, codenamed Crysis Next, has recently surfaced in the internet, giving fans a rare glimpse at what might have been. The early gameplay footage released briefly on YouTube showcased that the classic Crysis style reimagined in a third-person battle royale format. Last week, very early footage of Crysis Next gameplay made it way more to YouTube, showing a battle royale-inspired Crysis game that Crytek never officially announced. This video showcased some third-person gameplay with the series' iconic nanosuit abilities. The leaked footage reveals third-person shooting, a shift from Crysis' usual first-person perspective. Players could warm up in a basic arena, hinting at classic battle royale pre-game lobbies with signature Crysis mechanics embedded. The gameplay highlights the familiar Crysis nanosuit abilities, including armor, stealth, and enhanced speed and strength. Crytek appeared to be blending with this typical battle royale format, setting it apart from other entries in the generation. Crytek has acted swiftly to remove the Crysis Next footage from YouTube, issuing copyright claims to take down videos. This reaction signals that Crysis Next was indeed a legitimate project, even though it was never announced. Like many studios, Crytek likely explored battle royale mechanics following the explosion of the genre led by PUBG and Fortnite. From 2017 onward, battle royale became one of the most profitable games, inspiring developers worldwide to attempt their versions. Despite early development, Crysis Next was reportedly shelved. With no official announcement from Crytek, it seems that the company refocused its resources towards the highly anticipated Crysis 4 instead. If released, Crysis Next could have been stood with its nanosuit abilities in a strategic way that would separate it from mainstream battle royale mechanics. Known for its high-fidelity graphics and nanosuit powers, Crysis Next could have expanded the franchise appeal by adding a fresh multiplayer dimension. Many other studios ventured into battle royale, with some projects not making it to market. For example, a Time Splitters reboot was once envisioned as a battle royale, though it was ultimately scrapped. Crysis Next appears to have faced a similar fate. The late 2010s battle royale became a boom in the successes like Fortnite and Apex Legends, but it led the studio to re-evaluate such projects. Crysis Next may have faced competition that led Crytek to prioritize Crysis 4. With the remasters of the original Crysis trilogy released recently, Crytek has been refocusing efforts on the franchise core experience, possibly determining that a fourth mainline game was a better direction than Crysis Next. Crytek officially announced Crysis 4 in January 2022 with a brief teaser. Since then, there's been no substantial update on its development progress, but the announcement hinted that Crytek was committed to bringing the franchise back in a big way. The last minimum main entry, Crysis 3, launched in 2013, leaving fans waiting over a decade for a new Crysis game. Crysis 4 would pick up where Crysis Next left off in terms of innovation, but with a single-player focus rather than a multiplayer experience. With Crytek's recent activity around Crysis 4, fans of the series can expect a game that leverages the latest in graphical fidelity and gameplay innovation, potentially blending elements that may have been in Crysis Next. For now, it remains tantalizing what could have been in the evolving Crysis saga. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about Crysis 4 with a multi-phased experience that incorporates the best of both worlds, single-player and multiplayer gameplay? Do let me your thoughts below down. I would love to hear from you guys. And hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more notifications. The bell icon, bro, that's the most important thing of all time. Do click it because you guys deserve some notifications sooner. And guys, we will be covering up every Crysis 4 details on and in this channel. Until then, take care and see you all in our next video. This is Capix Gaming and goodbye.